Hello guys, it's your boy Daiyan, and today I'm back with another Ghost Frontline video. This time about the new character Daiyan, which is coming out after Macchiato. And I'm just gonna share with you guys my opinions so that you guys can make your own opinions on whether to pull or not. If you're asking me if I'm gonna be pulling or not, I'm pulling. I'm pulling because reasons. I'm pulling because of reasons, yes. This is a skin, by the way. It looks really pretty. I'm gonna be pulling because she looks pretty. Do I need another character? Do I need another DPS character? Probably not. So I'm just gonna tell you guys what Daiyan does. She is a physical DPS unit. She has a physical element. She doesn't have an elemental attack, which is a con because if you compare her skill kit to others team comps, in this CN team comp, they have Hydro, they have Burn, they have Corrosion, they have Electric, they have Freeze, but you don't see any physical team comp because physical is not really used that much. So Daiyan is more like a filler type of character. She can be slotted into certain teams, but she's not like the core of any team, if that makes sense. Although that might change in the future because in the future, CN recently had their anniversary, right? And they announced that their anniversary, they're going to have a physical element rework. So they say physical element has a natural weakness compared to other elements. And there's plans to rework physical damage to have additional gimmicks against enemies to make physical team more unique and usable. So, pull for Daiyan if you believe in the future element. You believe in future physical element rework. Otherwise, I would say Daiyan, the general consensus for Daiyan is skip. Because there's going to be stronger units in the future. But I'm just going to show you guys that in the future, they're going to release a free unit, which is FAYE. She can be gained for free in the event. And she can apply special debuff on the enemy to increase the damage, physical damage taken and reduce their defense. So she sounds like a team you could run with Daiyan. You have Daiyan, you have FAYE, and maybe you have a future physical element user in that team as well. So who knows? Maybe in the future, Daiyan will be a core physical element teammate in the future. But right now, because in the future we're gonna have a lot of elemental teams. Right now, she is not so good. Her skill kit revolves around calibration as well as ambush. Her calibration is basically a passive where if she has more calibration, she has 2 more calibration stacks. Before receiving a single target damage from an enemy, she will activate ambush and deal physical damage equal to 150% attack. And this can be triggered once per turn. So she can do an ambush based on her calibration stacks, and based on her calibration stacks, she can also reduce the cooldown of her ultimate. Her ultimate cooldown is 6 turns, but it reduces by 1 per calibration stack. And not to worry, she also has like a skill where she gains 3 layers of calibration and gain extra command. So you should pair this buff along with the ultimate. And I guess one thing to take note is that she also has a dispel. Not a lot of characters have dispel. If I'm not wrong, Verplay has a dispel, and QJ with her key has a dispel as well. So not a lot of units have a dispel right now. She has a skill that dispels 1 buff. So that's like one thing to take note as well. V0 Daiyan, she is pretty good because she has high movement speed, and her common gives movement speed buff to anyone who is using the common keys. So that's really useful. So you can see that she has high mobility, really useful if you're, let's say if you're doing something like peak value assessment. There's some stages in peak value assessment where you have to control a certain area, and Daiyan would be probably really useful in this kind of scenario where she needs to run across the map. And I would say maybe boss fight in tier 7, tier 6, tier 8, where there's like the challenge stages. She will be pretty useful too, because the challenge stages, you need someone who has really high mobility, right? And Daiyan is that character. Otherwise, DPS wise, she's not going to be as strong as Tololo or QJ, I would say. But she does get stronger if she has like V2 or V3 or V6. So you can see that several of her dupes upgrade is disgusting. With V2 upgrade, skill 2 ultimate resets the ultimate cooldown. With V3, ultimate has 0 cooldown. So you can see she gets crazy if you have her high dupes like V2, V3, maybe even V6. But at V0, she's kind of okay. She's there. She's there. She's a waifu. I'm just gonna show you guys the CN tier list. So this is one of the characters in Bilibili where they rate all the characters since the anniversary character Springfield. So in CN, they released this new character called Springfield, right? And based on this tier list, Daiyan is tier 2. So she's not the strongest compared to the likes of Belka or like Tololo or QJ or Maki or Vector even. So she's not as strong, but some of the CN teams, they do use Daiyan as team 3 for the platoon boss. So there's that. I'm just going to show you guys another tier list as well. This tier list is based on V0 unless they say, like, let's say for example, this is based on 1+0. This is V1 Springfield. So V0 Daiyan, they rate this as tier 3. And you can see like units like Kyukai or QJ or Tololo 2+1. They all like stronger. Behind my head there's Maki as well. So you can see that they rate all the other DPS units stronger than Daiyan. I think it's purely because Daiyan has physical element only. She doesn't abuse, she doesn't exploit enemy elemental damage. So you can see here, this person says that Daiyan has 10+6 ultra long range action, and she's cost effective at 0 vertebrae, which is V0. She can be played happily. With ambush, she can pair well with QJ. So there's that. And what else? They also say, however, since 45% of her own damage is concentrated on ambush, skillful use of Daiyan's ambush is an important factor for maximizing damage. So her ambush is basically she attacks enemies before they attack her. So you kind of want to run in with Daiyan, and then she will attack the enemy with the ambush, and then QJ will follow up with the support attack. So if you want to maximize her damage, you do want to kind of run in with Daiyan, but she's not a tank either. So you can see like there's a bit of a miss of synergy, because she runs in. Ideally, she can kill the enemy before she gets shot. But let's say if you're fighting a boss, then it's kind of hard to make use of the ambush. I would say it's kind of hard to make use of the ambush. But you can see like some of the team comps that the Chinese meta is using, sometimes they use Daiyan as a filler. Most of the team, they nowadays, since Springfield came out, they are using Springfield plus Tololo because they are like the most meta units right now. And Daiyan, if you were to use Daiyan, She's kind of like a filler. Like for example here, this person makes use of QJ, Vector, Daiyan, Sabrina, and Springfield. So she's kind of like a filler type of character. She doesn't really have like her own element. She's not a core unit compared to like QJ. So she's definitely not high priority on the pull list if you want to pull. I'm just going to show you guys Pride Wins tier list as well. You can see here, this is Daiyan. I don't know why Daiyan is Tololo here. Wait, Tololo. No. I don't know why Daiyan is Lota here, but you can see Daiyan here. She's rated A, so she's not too bad. Like there's a Kukai. Obviously, Kukai is going to be really strong. V0, she's going to be good for mobbing. V3, she's going to be good for bossing. Belka is really good for electric teams. So there's Pride Win is basically saying that all these other DPS units, they are probably way more worth compared to Daiyan. So if you want to skip for Daiyan, it's totally possible. But I'm just going to show you guys my other stuff that I've searched as well, which is there's this website where it says tier 2. You'll be dumb to not roll for this character. I don't know if I agree with this, but they say that Daiyan's a godsend for dealing enemies far away. She has nice damage enemy units that try to single attack on her, but most important is her ridiculously high movement speed. So this is something I mentioned before. She can basically have a super high movement speed and she can just run around the map, and that's really useful, especially if you're clearing like challenges. If you're clearing like challenge stages, she's probably like really useful. But before I throw out all the cons, I'm just going to show you guys another tier list. This is a really old tier list. This is CN tier list in 2023 12 3.1. You can see this is like basically this is like last wait, is it 2 years now? It's 2025 now, right? So you can see that this is like during their initial release when Daiyan is the first limited unit. She is actually rated at tier 0.5 at V3. So she definitely has a place in the meta right now, especially since we don't have all the DPS characters that is out yet or out in the future. We only have Maki, right? Which is probably like close to Kyonju, especially if you have V1. But Daiyan's pretty good too. Daiyan is probably like similar to Tololo. Especially if you get really high dupes, she's going to be strong. Fun fact is the CN banner, they didn't come out with Swami first. Global came out with Swami. So this meta might look a bit different. You can see Cheetah is T0.5 right now because like there's no other healers in here. Although they did say that after Daiyan, it's going to be Center Rossi, which is a healer type. So this is according to rumors. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be pulling for Center Rossi or not. But if you guys are trying to pull for Center Rossi, if you guys want to skip Daiyan for Center Rossi, it's definitely possible if you need a healer. If you missed out on Swami, maybe Center Rossi is for you. But just to take note, like in the future, Springfield is going to be way stronger than Center Rossi. It's going to be even stronger compared to Swami because Springfield can do damage, she can heal, she can overheal, she can buff the teammates as well. So she's going to be like super strong in the future. So Center Rossi is a skippable unit. And I would say Daiyan's also skippable because there's going to be like Kluka in the future. There's going to be Belka in the future. There is going to be... Who else? Who else is a DPS unit? Actually, if you compare to like other future units, Springfield, Tololo, Maki, yeah, she's going to be like She's not gonna be a core member, so she is definitely skippable. But I'm gonna be pulling for waifu reasons. Oh, and I saw this really funny, really funny SSR unit. So Tien banner was like Daiyan, Santarosi, Lena, Janyu, Maki, Iato. But we started from Suomi, Urut, Macchiato, right? And it's kind of funny that we're going to Daiyan right now. And then maybe in the future it might be Santa Rossi. It might be also Joshua Naya. We're not too sure at the moment. But I would say there's gonna be like a few skippable units up to the point where Klukai comes out. I believe before Klukai comes out, they're gonna release like at least one good unit, and that unit might be Vector, because I feel like they might release a good unit for us to like spend money, and then they release Klukai, and then to spend more money for Klukai, because Vector is a really strong unit for the Burn team, and Klukai is really strong for the Corrosion team. So let's see. I wonder what we're gonna get. Oh, so are you guys gonna be pulling for Daiyan? I am definitely gonna pull for Daiyan for waifu reasons, so let me know down in the comments if you're pulling for Daiyan or not. Thank you so much for watching. I hope my opinions help you guys make like an informed decision. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.